Greetings once again and welcome back to GoHighlanders.com's coverage of the fall season. We're sitting with head men's soccer coach Tim Cupello today to take a look at the 2014 season. Coach Cupello, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, the 2013 campaign was another successful one for the Highlanders. Third straight winning season, trip to the Big West Conference tournament for the second time in 3 years. What were your overall thoughts on the season, especially considering what your expectations were heading into the year?
I thought the season went well. It was good that we started strong in our non-conference schedule, which we've done over the past couple of years, going up against some out-of-region opponents, getting good results on the road and at home. And then getting into conference, I think things went well. Early on was a bit of a tough stretch. We were kind of finding ourselves a little bit within conference play, but the guys rallied. They showed a lot of spirit. We finished very strong with some very good results towards the end of the stretch. Anytime you make it to postseason play within this conference, I think that's a success. We're one of the top soccer conferences in the country, so making it that far is something to be proud of, and now we're looking to build on that.
Well, of course, every year you lose some folks due to graduation, and over the past several years we've lost some people to the MLS draft. Can you remind people at home who will not be back this year because of those two reasons?
Well, obviously the guys that we lose to graduation affect us every year. You know, we lose someone like an Ivan Garcia, Richie Osborne, Hayden Leslie, Joel Mpofo, those guys that have been mainstay and main contributors for us over the years are very instrumental to our team. And then someone like an Aaron Long, who was drafted in the MLS and is currently with the Seattle Sounders, someone we're very proud of. And then Ruben Valencia, who actually signed professionally over in Germany. You know, those guys have been main contributors for us over the past few years, and they're definitely going to be missed, but I think we have a good group, you know, filling in on the back end.
Well, speaking of the group filling in, let's look to 2014. Who do you have coming back that you expect to play a major role for the team this year?
To be honest, I think a lot of the guys are going to step up. You know, I think that's the strength of our team, is the team itself. You know, many guys get called upon at various times in games, various times throughout the season, and I think that we have that sort of mentality that we have each other's back. And when one guy has a bit of rhythm, a bit of confidence, maybe he's stepping up to the plate, and then other times other guys step up. So I'm looking for kind of a well-balanced team again this season.
Well, let's look at the forwards to start with. Who do you have slotted as potential starters this year anyway up front?
It could be a very number of combinations. Michael Salazar is a first-year player for us that transferred in. Tyler Miguel, returning sophomore. Ulises Mosqueda, returning senior. Corey Nago, returning sophomore. Those are guys coming back that I think could develop a little bit of a chemistry with each other, and obviously whichever combination is playing well, those will be the ones that'll be, you know, getting the lion's share of the minutes. And you know, again, we can be looking forward to the forwards contributing as goal scorers, midfielders, even defenders in the system that we'd like to play.
What about your midfielders? Who do you see starting if the next game were in 2 minutes? Who'd be out there for you?
You know, we have a lot of depth in the midfield. You know, we have some young guys that I think can contribute right away. I think we have some returners that are comfortable with those roles, and the way that we play is very possession oriented and one that likes to interchange a little bit, but the midfield is the key. So finding the guys that are just on form at the time and comfortable and have a good relationship with each other will be a main factor in our success this season.
What about the back line and then the goalkeeping? You've got a couple of goalkeepers returning, which is always a nice place to have some strength, although you can only play one at a time. Who else on the defense side of the ball and in goal?
Yeah, in goal, you know, obviously Ashkan, Khosravi, and Casey John both returning. Both had very successful seasons individually this past year. Both started for us at various times of the season, so having that as a resource as a coach is definitely a benefit. And bringing in a freshman like Cesar Jerez from the LA Galaxy Academy is a strong suit, and returning redshirt freshman Vincent Morales has shown great improvement over his first year and his off season. So to be honest, at any point, if any of those guys are called upon, we're very excited to have that sort of depth and talent in the goalkeeper position. And I think those guys are excited to train with each other and push each other as well.
Who's supposed to keep the ball from ever getting to them?
The back four, I think, you know, again, could be a few different guys, but you're looking at Philip Dominique coming back and Stephen Copley. Those two will probably be the anchors for our back four, with an Otis Earle getting a lot of attention from, you know, conference and national scouts. He's a great weapon for us at the outside back position, great 1v1 defender, very good getting forward. He's one of our leaders, one of our captains on our team. And then on the other side, you're looking at a Hector Romo, James Allewine, Cody Catano. Any of those guys could fill in at different times depending on the role that we're asking them to play.
Well, the Big West Conference continues to prove itself to be one of the top soccer conferences in the country, sending multiple teams to the NCAA tournament a year ago. How do you see the conference shaking out this season, and where do the Highlanders fit into that mix?
The conference is a great conference, and I've said that since the first time I stepped on this campus and started competing in the Big West. It's one of the best, if not the best, soccer playing conferences in the country. I think we develop a lot of professionals. We develop very good teams that make runs through the NCAA tournament. So our ability to compete on that level, I think we are there. I think we have the talent. I think we have the chemistry within our team. And it's just as any other soccer person knows that, on any given day, any team can win. So, can we compete with the teams that made it to the NCAA tournament last year? Absolutely. Will it be easy? Absolutely not. It's something that we embrace. We love the challenge, and we're looking forward to getting into conference play.
Well, if the Highlanders are again competing in the Big West Conference tournament this season and find themselves with an opportunity to advance to the NCAA tournament, what are the things that will have happened to make that a reality?
Belief. The guys really have to believe in each other. They have to believe in themselves, and they have to stay true to it. If there ever becomes a point where they start to doubt, what they're doing or what we're doing as a group, then I think the team has to sort of police themselves from the inside, keep each other engaged, and keep ourselves motivated. And I think things will go well. I think the season will hopefully continuously build on each other, on itself. So then, as we get to conference play, as we get through conference tournament, hopefully we are one of those fortunate teams playing in the NCAA tournament.
Thanks again for your time, Coach. We'll see you at the UC Riverside Soccer Stadium this weekend, and hopefully well into November.
Thank you.